Now let's talk about professional services. This is a fantastic model. I love it. Again, we're at the 30,000 foot view here, and I'll just give you a little overview of it. So essentially, this is done for you, right? So this could be copywriting, ad management, web design, an advertising agency, estate planner, legal services. You get the drift, right? It's when you do stuff for people in exchange for money. So there's very little info with this type of business. And because of this, this is really relatively easier to sell. It's easier, especially than info or coaching or consulting. And the reason why is the ladder of desire. So I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about this, but essentially we have a hierarchy of desire as people who are looking for results. The lowest rung on our ladder of desire is, hey, here's the manual, right? That would be the information product, the course, the book. The mid-level of that would be do it with me. And that's where you have consulting and coaching, where you're in a group and it's mission-based and you're working side by side and they're helping you. The highest level of desire is going to be do it for me, right? That's the easiest of all to sell because that's what everybody wants. I mean, dude, if I can find someone to exercise for me, that'd be the greatest thing in the world. Imagine that pitch, right? Okay, here's the book on how to exercise. That's one option. Option number 2 is you can come to the gym and I can supervise your training. And option number 3 is for a ridiculous amount of money, I can run laps and do crunches for you. Man, I'd sign up for that faster than they could finish telling me the pitch. So this is a relatively easy to sell thing, which is very, very good. It can also be near infinitely scalable, assuming you have good management skills. And that's really the big challenge with this business is scale. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So when you sell professional services, it's almost exclusively sold by the demonstration of power. And again, I know you know this, but we're not talking about power over someone. We're talking about showing them the possibility of what it could be like if they used your services and giving them some help in advance and then saying, hey, do you want us to do that for you, right? Kind of the way we do it in our firm here. So that's almost exclusively the way it's going to be sold. You could conceivably sell it from stage. You could conceivably sell it as a one-off sale from a webinar, but I don't think it's going to work nearly as well as describing the service, describing the result, and then saying, hey, I don't want to try to sell you this right now. I don't even know if we're a good match, but I've set aside some time for us to personally give you this demonstration of our ability to help. And then if you think we're good and we're a match, we can talk about it. That's a much easier pitch, as you know. So we talked about 3 campaigns in the webinar that got you here, the low-hanging, mid-level, and cold campaign. Those are all perfect for professional services, and you can integrate webinars with those, indoctrination sequences, sales letters, etc. I'll give you examples of all of these. So you'll have all of this when we get to the marketing part, but the sale of this is really, really relatively simple. I mean, you're essentially offering to help someone for free, with the understanding that that's how you get clients and they might want to become a client. So it's very, very simple and easy and fun. It does lend itself to higher ticket, all right? So our average customer now is $17,580. We've gone up to as high as 3 payments of 96, so whatever that is, just a hair under 30 grand. And we typically sell more in that 17,000 range because it's easier for us to fulfill. But all of those are pretty big chunks of change, which is great, and we don't have that big of a tail. And what that means is we do the work for them, they're happy, there's no monthly ongoing, serious ongoing interaction. Now, for our clients, we do have support calls, and every week, we're having these webinars for them and everything, but it's not like an individual client thing where you're constantly having to create new content or anything, where you might have to do that with consulting or coaching or whatever. So it's pretty sweet in that regard. It's really cool. You can also include it. Well, actually, hang on. What I mean here by monthly revenue is with a couple of the other models, I said, well, you don't really want to schedule your sales on how many clients you want to get per month. So, with for example, with finite content delivery, we don't do, I want to get this many sales per month. We say, I want to do this many classes per year, and you have the class attendance goal as opposed to a monthly sale. With fee plus royalty, we don't really do a monthly goal in terms of client acquisition. Instead, we have target goals to increase the performance of our clients, and that's what gets us money. In other models, we say, hey, we need this many clients per month to meet revenue goals. In professional services, you determine your clients, or you determine everything by amount of clients per month. So it's very simple in that regard, right? If we want to bring in $170,000 a month in our business, we need 10 clients, right? So pretty simple. So it's easy to do forecasting, which is cool. Another cool thing about continuity, or about professional services, is that you can also have a continuity element. We do not in ours. Well, actually, we have a little one, so we make a little bit of an override on Infusionsoft fees from our customers. But for example, one of my friends and the person who manages my Facebook ads, he charges a setup fee, and then he gets a monthly percentage of ad spend for us, and that's very normal in the agency model, right? So, if you're selling anything that lends itself to that, you can actually get continuity revenue in addition to upfront revenue, which is cool. So, a lot of possibilities with professional services. It's really, really a good business. Your delivery of service, your biggest challenge is going to be scale. So, the delivery of service is simply doing the thing that they're hiring you to do. So, in our example, they hire us to build these 7 campaigns for them, integrate them into their Infusionsoft account, plug them all into ready-to-go web pages, so all they have to do is edit the copy. And then we have an event every month or so where they can come to, and we walk them through how to do everything, and we go through, we brainstorm with them and just have a really good time and make sure everyone's happy. The biggest challenge is always going to be scale in this. So in order to grow to really big numbers, you're almost always going to have a team, unless your revenue goal doesn't call for very many clients, right? So if I wanted to personally make, if my income goal was $50,000 a month or something, it could be me and one Infusionsoft guy, and that would be it, right? Because we would need, 4 sales or something, and that would be the whole business, and it would be pretty simple. Obviously, you've seen our numbers, so we're growing a lot faster than that, and we have to have a team. So it requires, in order for you to do that, in order for you to have a team, you have to then develop some management skills, and it's not a bad thing, but it's just something to be cognizant of. Like, you're going to have to know how to deal with people if you want to grow a professional services business pretty big and to have really, really big numbers. The best advice I could give you is to resist the urge to grow too quickly. So as an overview, very simple model, right? You have usually a one-time charge that you're charging someone to do the work. You can have continuity element. You simply reverse engineer, okay, what's my number? If it's 92,000 and I'm charging 17,580 per people, or $17,580 per client, then how many clients do I need to get? And of course the answer is something like 7, right? So it's actually even less than 7. It's pretty sweet. So that's how you run this model at the 30,000 foot view.